Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most incredible shifts happening in our world. It's the multi-billion-dollar business of extending human health span, where science is now literally allowing people to buy back time.
All right, so let's get right into it. Inside the boardrooms of the biggest companies, something's changing. The old way of judging a leader, how many years they've put in, that's going out the window. The new gold standard, it's your biological age. It's suddenly become the #1 predictor of an executive's stamina, their focus, and their long-term value to the company.
And this isn't just some passing trend, it's a massive shift. Some people are even calling it the death of aging. And right at the heart of it is this powerful new idea that's driving this entire massive economy.
And that idea is called performance span. See, this isn't about just living longer, it's about staying at your absolute peak mentally and physically for decades longer than we ever thought possible. And the key word here, you gotta catch this, is engineered. This is now something that can be controlled, if you have the resources, of course.
So, you're probably wondering, how are they actually doing this? How do you engineer a performance span? Well, it's not some magic pill. It's actually a super sophisticated integrated system. Think of it like a tech stack, but for the human body. And it's all built on 5 core pillars of science.
So what's in this stack? Well, it all starts with incredibly deep AI-powered diagnostics to get a perfect baseline of your biology. Then the targeted stuff comes in. You've got senolytics, which are like a cleanup crew for your old, junky cells, peptides that signal specific repairs in your body, and regenerative therapies that literally rebuild tissue. And the whole thing is wrapped in a layer of clinical-grade wearables that give you real-time feedback. It's this constant loop of data, intervention, and optimization.
Let's just zoom in on one of these pillars for a sec, because it's wild. Senolytics. Just think of them as a precision strike force for your body. See, as we get older, we collect all these dysfunctional zombie cells. They refuse to die, and they just hang around spewing out toxins that cause inflammation. Senolytics are designed to hunt those zombie cells down and just get rid of them. It's basically like hitting a biological reset button on damage.
And of course, to manage all this, you need some seriously powerful hardware. We're talking about devices that used to be for managing diseases, like continuous glucose monitors, that are now essential tools for optimizing performance. And smart rings? They're not just fancy fitness trackers anymore. No way. They're like tiny little ICU monitors on your finger. Some, like the Bond ring, are even FDA cleared for clinical-grade heart monitoring.
So you know what happens next. Where you have this kind of revolutionary tech, a massive market is sure to follow. And believe me, this isn't some niche little trend for biohackers. This is a full-on macroeconomic earthquake that is changing where money is flowing all over the world.
I mean, the numbers here are just staggering. This year alone, the global longevity market is projected to soar past $740 billion. And this growth isn't just a bunch of venture capitalists throwing money around. It's huge. Institutional investors shifting away from reactive, sick care and pouring billions into proactive healthcare.
And you've got to understand, this isn't just one industry. It is a massive ecosystem. You've got precision medicine, which is the diagnostic backbone of this whole thing, already a $141 billion market. Regenerative medicine is clearing over $100 billion, and even the really specialized fields, like those senolytics we talked about, are exploding into multi-billion-dollar sectors themselves.
Okay, so this brings us to the really crucial question. With all this tech and all this cost, why on earth are the world's biggest companies paying for this for their top people? What's the bottom line logic here?
First, let's just get a sense of the price tag. We're talking about a membership at an elite clinic, something like Fountain Life, that can run you up to $30,000 a year per executive. So yeah, these are not small checks being written.
And here is exactly why they pay it. The documented return on that investment is a mind-blowing 13 to 1. Think about it. By catching something like cancer or heart disease at stage 0, these companies avoid millions in catastrophic medical claims, not to mention the massive cost of losing and replacing a key leader. It's basically a brilliant financial move in a world of skyrocketing healthcare costs.
But all of this incredible progress, it comes with a really dark side. It's creating a new and maybe the most dangerous form of inequality our society has ever seen. What we're seeing right now is the emergence of 2 totally separate futures. On one path, you have an optimized elite who can literally separate their biological age from their calendar age, letting them extend their peak earning years and their influence. And on the other path, everyone else, facing a reactive healthcare system and a rising tide of chronic disease. Aging itself is becoming a status symbol.
And the data on this is it's stark.
While lifespans are getting longer for just about everyone, the average person on our current path is projected to spend over 11 of those extra years in poor health. So you get a longer life, but not really a better one.
So fixing this divide isn't just about what's fair. The research is pretty clear. It's actually a mathematical necessity for the entire global economy. The way we're doing things now, it just doesn't work long term. Look, if we stay on the current path, global healthcare spending is expected to hit a completely unsustainable $20.5 trillion by 2050. But if we could make these health span technologies available to everyone, we could unlock $12.5 trillion in economic value every single year. That's a 4 times return on the investment. It's not a cost, it's an economic lifesaver.
And that's where we'll end it. The science, that's not really the main question anymore. We are right on the verge of being able to engineer a decade or even more of healthy, productive life. The real question this all forces us to ask is a much bigger one. Who gets to live it?